Hey guys, it's Mr. 42, and true to my word, I'm going to start into some PVE. What you see me doing right now is getting into the system where you can choose this. If you take a moment and watch what we're doing here, you see what I'm circling? That's the PVE button. That's your missions. Click that, click the first one, and we're good to go. PVE missions are started pretty simply. You go and click this button here. This is Create Battlefield. And then there's a couple of things here you can set. You can set difficulty, which all I can ever get it to do is easy. You can set how many people you want, up to 8. You can make it whether or not you want a password, which would keep only certain people in. And then you can click Create. Now, it takes it a second, and then you can go in and Operation Start. Now, it doesn't do it right away. You actually have to click a Ready button, but I had to edit that out because of a sound error. Now this first mission is pretty much stupid. You see your tank running around here. You see me shooting. I'm using the right mouse button. Right mouse button produces your machine gun, or your coaxial gun to be exact. In this first mission, there's not a whole lot that can hurt you except in these little bunkers here. There are guys with bazookas. Now in the ground you'll also see these odd little things like that. I'm about to pass by one. This thing up here on the left. That's actually the remains of a tank. You can stop, hold the R button down, and by doing so you'll investigate this. It'll turn up booty, and as before I think I've said, this booty is nothing more than your loot. In this case I actually ran right into one. You can see it coming up here in a second. Boom, I ran into the thing. As you can see here, I'm holding the R button down, most because I just don't want to back up and go around it. I somehow managed to actually get stuck on this one. And true to the way the game runs, I didn't get anything. I just got rid of the thing out of my way. There's a couple of units you'll run into here, and I completely missed in that point. But there's a couple of units you run. Okay, you just see here this guy shot at me. He shot a rocket at me. There's only 1 or 2 unit types, that guy was one of them, that I have anything to worry about. Later on, you'll get into these PVE missions, though, and you'll have situations where you run into tanks and to anti-tank guns, and these things can hurt you considerably. For the most part, it's, you know, they're not going to really hurt you. These things tend to be cakewalks. As you can see, the little down here on the bottom right, I've got very little damage done to me. It's a little bit overkill with a big gun like that, but it's just I'm bored and having a little bit of fun with it. There you can see the machine gun, and that's it. In this one, it's just run through a series of checkpoints. Now, you don't have a set time to do this. You don't get any bonuses for doing it faster than any other time. Now, that's not to say that later on you don't run into that. Yeah, that was overkill. I was shooting one of those the bazooka guys. That's not to say later on you don't run into situations where, yeah, you do have time. And you're going to see one in a little bit here. I decided to go ahead and do what's known as a challenge. Ironically enough, I picked a bugged challenge, but one can hope they fix this by the time I get this posted. They'll at least know about it. So we're coming up on the end of this, and you can see I've only fired a handful of shots. I've only gotten a couple of kills. Ironically enough, there's a mission that does not unlock right away. It actually unlocks after you finish this, where you have to kill something like 30 soldiers. As you can see, operation complete. Click the button, return, and report to Masters. Masters is this guy that's standing out front. You just click him and go. What I circled now is challenge. Now, challenges are different. Challenges are harder. These defense ones I've never actually completed. As you can see here, it can take up to 2 to 8 players to complete a challenge. This one is 2. Some of these, though, you'll note, are 1. The one I selected, though, is a bugged challenge. It's called a breakthrough. I went down, I clicked Start. And what you're supposed to do in this challenge is break through the enemy lines. And yeah, I decided not to cut this to give you an idea. This is how slow the loading screen can be. It takes a little while sometimes to get in. Once you get into the challenge, though, you go into this, it does the loading, it tells you a little bit about the area. Over here on your left, you get a pretty good sized map of what you're going to be going into, and then you go through this little cutscene, which you can skip by pushing escape. It says Operation Start. And as you can see at the top, there is a timer. Here's where things get interesting. You see me shooting stuff? Nothing here will shoot back. They literally ignore you. These soldiers could care less. They do shoot, but they don't shoot at you. And there's something kind of funny about this, and I don't know if it's bugged or really what it is, but this is the easiest challenge to do. You can just run right through this thing and not worry about it. The reason you do these challenges, though, is at the end of each challenge you get this kind of award. And what that award does is lets you go in and you'll have these enemy tank remains that are scattered all over the battlefield. And what you do is you run up to them and you inspect them, because you don't get any loot during these types of missions. You don't get anything that'll turn up any loot during these missions. And yeah, you can actually destroy those things, it's just it wouldn't blow up as I was approaching it. And I hit the guy, it stops. The physics engine needs a little bit of work in that you can hit a soldier and it'll make your tank stop. And you hit a tank and it doesn't necessarily make your tank stop. So there's a little bit of the physics engine that's a little bit funny. But as you can see, the whole mission for this is to get to capture the flag. And like I said, these guys aren't really shooting at me. I'm just shooting at them because I'm bored. Also because I kind of wanted to see if I could destroy an Easy 8 with another Sherman, and then I get stuck on a wall. I think that's about your biggest danger in this, is getting stuck on the environment. Other than that, these guys really never once tried to fire at me. In truth, I only shot that guy there because he got in my way. As you see, you come around, come up in here, you park by the flag, and it's mission complete. Operation succeeded. Now you notice the time is ticking away and it says move to post. Here's the thing, sometimes you'll get locked in this position. The easy way out is to go ahead and click escape. Well, that's really it, guys. It's nothing else to this. I've got another video that I'm working on editing that covers some PVE using PvP rather, using another character. It's got a couple of good kills. It ended up being a short run, so it's not much. But I'll be having that one up later today.